You are now tapped in, you guys. My name is Maisha. I am your intuitive justice reader. Coming by this morning with your energy reading for the day. I hope that you can hear me. You might need to turn your volume up. Trying to keep my voice down as people are still sleeping. All right, but good morning, rich rising. So we're going to tap into the energy and see what's going on in the energy this morning, okay? Please use your discernment, you guys. Every reading won't be your reading, okay? I promise you. I don't know your personal story. These are collective readings, general readings. To make it more personable and to make it yours is what we require, or what we ask you to do is get a one-on-one so that you can get definites, you can get things that are tailored towards you instead of just a general, okay? I just heard general population, so there's something going on with the general population, okay? But anyway, I do these readings every morning, every evening over here on YT for my live readers. But let's go ahead and get into the energy. You tapped on this reading because of the title. I know you didn't come on here to hear me rant, but if this is your first time, I do want to welcome you, okay? And thank you for stopping by. I don't take your presence here lightly, okay? I'm going to start off with some angel messages. We're going to get the foundational energy of today. We're going to get the energy that's coming in from the higher arcanas, from the angel guides, the ancestors, and what those messages consist of. And I do apologize, you guys. I have my workout gear because as soon as I get off of this reading, I'm going to the gym, okay? But yeah, we're going to tap in and see what's going on in the energy today. Holy Spirit, holy angels, ancestors of the highest white light, please allow me to channel only the messages of the highest white light. Anything not of the highest white light, please close and shut that door respectfully. Mm, Things are all over the place. Yeah, look, transformation. Those cards went everywhere. So somebody could be experiencing a tower. Okay. There could be things going on. Things could be being shaken up. For some of y'all, things could be off, feeling off. The energy could be feeling off. Things could just be off in general. But there's a transformation happening here, a change. All right. I'm hearing freedom. Okay. For some of you, liberation. Okay. Um, I feel like a release. Okay. This transformation, this change, this tower, this shift, it's releasing you, it's liberating you. Oh my God, I heard justifying you. Okay. Holy Spirit, holy angels, ancestors of the highest white light, please allow me to channel the messages only from the highest white light. Anything not of the highest white light, please close and shut that door respectfully. Archangel Michael, please protect my energy, the energy of my loved ones, those that are viewing this message now and the replay. All right, learning experience. All right, so something is changing because you've learned. Okay, something is changing for you. Something is transforming for you because you've learned to accept yourself. Okay, something is changing for you because you literally learned to accept yourself. This is why you're being liberated. This is why you're being free. This is why you're being justified. You're no longer hiding from people, places, things, others. You're no longer hiding. Okay, this is you. You used to take this step back. You know, whoever you are, you used to always be in the back. And it could have been due to something that you weren't comfortable with when it comes to yourself. And this life experience that you recently had, what you was taken through, you got taken through there so that you could learn how to fucking accept yourself just the way that you are. Okay? Just the way that you are. Okay? That's what I'm picking up here. All right. I'm hearing a reversal in poverty is happening. So this transformation also is a reversal of poverty here. I don't know what that, yeah, look, planting seeds, new idea. All right. This is a reversal of poverty. This could be a mindset. be about your finances, but this learning experience was necessary so that you could learn to accept yourself just the way that you are, Pooh. Just the way that you are. All right, what's this transformation, Holy Spirit, please? What's this transformation? All right, a decision had to be made. A decision has to be made. A decision has been made. Make a break. The choice is yours. Give up or boss up. Okay. And I feel like for whoever you are, you made a choice. You made the choice to boss up. For others of you, somebody is at the crossroads. Will you change or will you not change? Will you boss up or will you stay the same? Will you stay in your comfort? Okay. I feel like this is a collective life lessons. Okay. I feel like this is life lessons for the general public. That's why Spirit said the general public, because these are life lessons for the general public. Make or break. You either gonna change, boss up, or you're gonna stay in your comfort zone. Okay. So I feel like whatever lessons that you are going through, past, present, and or future, in essence, will be because you need to make the choice to get out of your comfort zone and boss up. Okay. And this entails having to have a level of self love, looking at yourself in the mirror and being comfortable with what you see. Okay. The things, what I'm picking up as well is some of the experiences that you have had to have. Was you clearing out karmic debt for the decisions that you made when you were not loving yourself and accepting yourself? Okay. There was karma that you had to clear out of the decisions that you made when you weren't loving yourself. Okay. Hmm. All right, Spirit. I got to get out of here. Ever since I've been doing readings in the morning, I've been not going to the gym on my regular time, y'all, because I've been trying to satisfy y'all. I got so many things coming out the woodworks for y'all here. All right, High Priestess, intuition, okay, your gifts. You got to accept your gifts. And the hardest thing I'm telling you, a lot of the time, if I could just talk to you guys for a minute on this particular reading, a lot of the times people think that financial issues is the hardest thing to accept, or maybe unemployment, or family issues, relationship issues, maybe even marriage for some of you guys, right? But what I'm picking up is for some of us, the hardest thing to accept is our spiritual gifts, okay? The high priestess transformation, make or break. Will you accept that you're a high priest or a high priestess? Will you accept that? And I'm going to tell you from experience, being somebody that has mastered my spiritual gifts, still growing, of course, still learning. But one of the hardest decisions that I ever made was to accept my spiritual gifts because it is a lonely road. Once you make a decision to accept your spiritual gifts, to accept yourself as you are, it's a lonely road. And that lonely road of accepting your gifts comes with people looking at you funny, people secluding you and isolating you, not wanting to be around you because of your spiritual gifts. So when it's time to make your decision, you got to accept what comes with accepting your spiritual gifts, okay? Because you are intuitive. You do receive downloads, you do have dreams, and it's not popular. It's not popular to operate in your spiritual gifts. It's not popular to make the decision to boss up with your spiritual gifts. It's better to conform, to compromise, and to, go along, to get along, which many of you do. I've expressed this many, many, many times to friends that I don't give a fuck about you enough to compromise my spiritual gifts. You know what I'm saying? You're not important enough for me to compromise who I am as an individual. But a lot of people don't have that courage. A lot of people don't have that power. And a lot of people do not have that privilege, okay, of saying, if you don't get the fuck out my face about me, it's going to be a problem and I'm going to hurt your feelings. Not only am I going to hurt your feelings, I'm going to hurt your spirit and your soul, because to come against who I am and my spiritual gifts is a disrespect to me. And I promise you, when I'm done with you, you'll be the one crying and not me. And that's how serious I've become about who I am and my spiritual gifts. And I see that whoever is picking up or whoever will view this message when they stop shadow banning me, because y'all some hating ass bitter bitches and bitter bums, the two of you in here. Okay. Y'all some hating ass bitter bitches and bitter bums that like to shadow ban my channel. You cannot stop these messages from coming out, you bitter bitches and bitter bums. Now, whoever's resonating with this, okay, you got to be able to stand on your square despite people blocking you, hating on you, disrespecting you, lying on you, defaming your character, trying to hurt you, trying to humble you. I mean, do you understand what comes with the motherfucking accepting of your gifts? It's worse than financial poverty. It's worse than unemployment and homelessness, child. When you have people coming against you all because of something you can't even help. You can't even help that you got spiritual gifts. You can help yourself from being homeless. You can help yourself from being financially distraught. You can help yourself. You can't help that you got spiritual gifts. Can you imagine people attacking somebody all because of what they can't help? So this make or break is about, can you handle the pressure? Can you handle the pressure of being isolated? Can you handle the pressure of being secluded? Can you handle the pressure of being talked about? These are the life lessons, okay, that comes with accepting your spiritual gifts. And I'm hearing a lot of y'all ain't made for it. A lot of y'all not built for it. Okay. As much as y'all like watching us readers, as much as y'all like being around us, as much as our voice sounds so appealing to you, as much as our energy is so attractive and intriguing and interesting, bitch, you can't handle me. That's the reality. The reality is you might want to get as far away from me as you fucking can. Okay. Because I'm a lot. Okay. And I feel like whoever you are that's making this decision, you about to learn some lessons, baby. Yeah. Yeah. You about to learn some lessons, baby. Okay. I'm telling you. Okay? You about to learn. You about to learn. You about to learn. You about to learn. So you better accept yourself. You better accept yourself. Because the lessons that you about to learn, baby, gonna make you think you somebody. And remember, you live in a country and in a nation around people that tell you you are nobody. Right? You better get ready for the lessons and blessings, because you're getting ready to have to fight around a whole system that was built off of and makes money off of telling you you ain't nobody. Your whole life, you've been programmed and conditioned to think that you ain't nobody, that you only good for this. The world conditions you to think that this is all it's about: lust, passion, desire, chemistry. No, this is what it's really about. Ooh, come on, spirit. This, were you put on this earth to spread that little bitty piece of meat and them coochie coochies? Was y'all really born to put? Okay. Did spirit put y'all here to lust, and or was you put here to love your children, nurture your children, gird your children, raise your children? Yeah, because see, y'all like dancing with the devil. Right now, you sleep, somebody is asleep right now next to a devil. And you are going to have to make a decision. Will you continue to dance with the devil, Or will you rise above the ashes of burning in a burning hell, fire, and brimstone? Or will you rise above the ashes and live the life that you were rooted and destined to live? And that's just the choices y'all are here to make. So this could be a masculine here. This could be a father figure here. That spirit is putting and saying, you know, it's your time to make a decision here to boss up. The choice is yours. Will you accept that you have spiritual gifts? Somebody's hot in the pants. Somebody likes dancing with the devil, sleeping with the devil. Y'all know y'all hot pockets. Y'all thought pockets. None of y'all, the majority of y'all in here, because it's only 4 of you here, you haven't mastered your flesh. Okay, y'all hot. You're burning. Your dick stay hard. Your coochie pop. And as soon as it's on fire, you in somebody's bed. You have no control, no self-control, no self-discipline whatsoever. None. None. Somebody is being okay. I'm hearing somebody is being given a choice. So you have a choice, okay? Choose this day who you gonna serve. Will you serve your flesh or will you serve your purpose? This is a man out here, I'm telling you, with spiritual gifts. It says a made man, self-made leader, businessman. The choice is yours. I don't give a fuck what you choose. Okay? This ain't my story. You ain't my man. Okay? But somebody's man, somebody's daddy, somebody's father, somebody's brother is being faced with a decision. And they're at a crossroads. Okay? Will it be their spiritual gifts, their destiny? Because somebody's a healer. Will they learn how to alchemize, raise their consciousness here? Okay? Or will they continue to break their heart, get their heart broken? Somebody has a fresh start in a relationship with a goddess. Okay? I'm just saying what I see here. I mean, you can get in a relationship with a god if you want to, but a lot of y'all scared. A lot of y'all can't handle being in the energy of a goddess, okay? So y'all go and dance with the devil. And please listen, we don't care. Okay, listen, we're not hurt. We don't mind. Okay, just stay the fuck out of our faces. Okay? If y'all like dancing with the devil and being lustful and you can't control your sexual organs, we don't care. Okay, we don't care. Stay the fuck out our face though. Okay? Whoever this made man, high priestess energy is, the choice is yours. Give up or boss the fuck up. Okay? You need to learn how to accept yourself, child. You need to get some self-confidence. You need to get some self-esteem. Okay? You need to start learning how to love yourself. All right? Because insecurity is a turn off. That shit is a turn off. Okay? You need to learn how to love yourself. Self-acceptance here. Okay? This made man here. Okay? You need to find something else to feed your ego. Okay? Because sex is obviously causing you to have to be at a crossroads. Find something else to feed your ego. Find something else to give you some confidence, baby. Okay? Find something else to give you some confidence. Okay? I'm telling you, this made man here, you're supposed to be in a divine connection that's balanced, okay? I'm just saying, this is what your angel guides is giving you this morning, okay? I'm just giving you the message. It's a made man out here that's supposed to be in some type of balanced love connection with equal give and take, reciprocity here. Okay, they can intuitively be picking this up here. You're supposed to be like the phoenix rising, bitch. You're not supposed to be stuck laid somewhere on your motherfucking back, busted and disgusted, bitch. You're supposed to be rising above whatever you're going through here. Yeah, but you keep dancing with this devil here. You were supposed to be rising, but you keep dancing with the devil. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bust ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Tree of life. And you supposed to come connect with the tree of life, bitch. You over there dancing with the dead, bitch. You over there laid up with the dead, bitch. And somebody then rose above this. Potentially, maybe this woman here. Okay. So you got a feminine energy here that is connected to the roots here that holds the key to somebody's destiny here. I keep telling y'all keep wanting to say, what do a woman bring to the table? Bitch, your whole motherfucking destiny, bitch. Look at this. It say, you hold the keys to your destiny. This maid woman who's connected to the tree of life holds the key to your motherfucking destiny. And you out here dancing with the devil. You over here dancing with the devil trying to rise above the ashes, bitch. How? And the devil's the one on fire. How you supposed to rise above the ashes if you in the fire? Okay? You expect to come up and you dancing with the devil, bitch, please. You need to accept that it's time to make a break. You gonna have to make a decision, bitch. How you gonna come up dancing with the devil? That's what spirit is. Look, the come up. You thought the come up was the devil? Somebody thought. Whoever this relationship, they in this relationship with, they thought that was they come up. These niggas is such opportunists, man. They always looking for the next bitch to save them, man. It's crazy, man. I ain't never seen no shit like this here. I'm telling you, the amount of men that want to be saved, I'm telling you, to the point where they are willing to dance with the devil. It says the come up, dancing with the devil. You thought you was going to come up by dancing with the devil, bitch. And there's a lot of y'all out there. It's a lot of y'all out there. And you ain't the only one. I probably got a couple of them in my family that thought the come up was to dance with this devil. Spirit said it's really, the come up is really transformation. The come up is really change. Okay? To boss up. That's the come up. Okay? The come up is not dancing with these devils, beloved. Okay? Somebody here, you're supposed to be in a balanced connection with somebody of your kind. Okay? Made woman, made man. Okay? But you a lost boy. That's why you ended up with a lost girl. Okay? Okay? That's crazy. That's crazy. How you trying to come up with the devil, bitch? This is why I laugh at people who claim spirituality or connection with hoodoo or voodoo, right? Because hoodoo and voodoo, right, relies on entities and deities that have been suppressed. Up, okay? Hoodoo and voodoo only works on suppressed and oppressed energies. They work with defeated deities. If your deity has been defeated in history, why would you rely on it for a come up? Why, if the deity couldn't survive its time to live an immortal life, why would you rely on that deity or that entity for your come up? Y'all are serving entities and deities that have been defeated and suppressed. The devil was defeated on Calvary. The devil serves a God. The devil serves a God. The devil has to go to God and ask permission for things. And you think people that operate in devil energy is your come up? When even the devil has to submit to God, baby. And you was relying on this energy for a come up. The delusions, baby. Tell me about this damn devil. Look, this devil, I said, tell me about this devil. This devil was put in this man or this woman's life to help them see that they need to change. Okay. There's an eye there, the all seeing eye, all knowing eye. This devil came to awaken your third eye. That's why. Because you can look right in that devil and know you didn't fucked up. You didn't fucked up. You get with this devil that you thought was your come up, and all of a sudden reality starts facing you. You start seeing things. The veil is ripped to the illusion because you've been living under an illusion so long. You had to have been to think that the devil is your come up. And so the devil comes in your life through a vessel that looks damn good and can suck a mean popsicle. You hear me? And probably could do a few other things that you like that you will never admit to. We'll never know what the devil is doing to you behind closed door. That secret lustful desire that nobody tells you about or that you don't admit to. Yeah, you thought that was going to be the energy that would take you up. No, that's the energy that's helping you realize some things. First of all, it's going to help you realize what you are behind what you do when people ain't looking at you. That's the first thing. What you do in the dark is who you really are. That's going to be the all-seeing eye. That's how spirit is going to reference you. That's how spirit is going to relate to you, not to who you pretend to be in the daytime, but who you are when no one is looking. That is going to be what God sees. And that's why the illusion has to be ripped, because you think you something in the daytime, but who you really are is what you do when nobody's looking. That's who you really are. Okay. And so there has to be some type of divine intervention, because now you live in a split personality world. You live in a dynamic where you're not living in your truth. You're not accepting who you are. And if you are a chosen divine being, there will be divine intervention. So some divine intervention has happened and a veil is being lifted, and somebody is realizing that they need to change. They need to change because they're not coming up this way. Whatever they thought they was going to be able to come up, it's not working. Something got to give. Something has to change. And this is where spirit comes in. This is where spirit comes in. Ta-da! And somebody has a aha moment. Somebody has a aha moment. And the aha moment is you need to awaken to some truths out here. You need to change. There's some changes that need to be made. Okay. Because what you're doing is allowing people to clip your wings. Why do I need wings? Why do I need wings? Well, you need wings to be able to fly above and see things from a higher perspective. One, if somebody is betraying you by clipping your wings, they are removing you from allowing yourself to see things from a higher perspective. That's one. That's one. But two, you clip somebody's wings, they can't get the fuck away, right? They can't get the fuck away. They can't, right? When you running, that's your speed. That's how you get your speed. So somebody clip your wings, you can't get the fuck away. You slowed down. Now you slow. You used to be quick. Gotta be quicker than that. Now you've been slowed down. Why? Because somebody around you is clipping your wings. So not only are you not able to see things from a higher perspective, you can't even escape. Yeah, because somebody got anxiety about you going into your next level. See, the marriage is not necessarily about a marriage or a union. It's about a commitment. It's about surrendering to your next level, to your next destiny, your next timeline. You being committed to the next level in your life. Yeah, the devil is going to have an anxiety problem when it comes to that, because you wasn't supposed to see things from a higher perspective, and you damn sure wasn't supposed to be able to get away. Okay? Hmm. Meet me at the crossroads, crossroads, crossroads. Listen, don't gamble your life. Don't gamble your life. Meet me at the crossroads. The tree of life is out here. Choose life. I'm going to end it at that. I'm not even going to go further. I think that's the message here. I feel like somebody here, you can choose death or you could choose life. With this crossroads, that's what I feel like it is. Life and death. Like somebody here, choose wisely. You already dancing with the devil, baby. You already in the fiery furnace with clipped wings. You can barely see things from a higher perspective. And you probably can't even escape. And if you can escape, it won't be too fast. You won't be slowed down. So you already in a fucked up position. You already compromised. You already vulnerable. The next step determines whether it'll be life or death. Meet me at the crossroads, crossroads. Look at the dirt. You're going to be buried. Mm. Damn, damn. I'm telling you. Because the closer you are to proximity to this devil you dancing with, the more they can project on you. Psychic attacks. Look, it says psychic attacks, blockages, healing, revert. Like the more you close to this, baby, they gonna put you in the ground, baby. They gonna put you in the ground, baby. So choose. You can have a fresh start, or you could be put in the ground. That's somebody's message today. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I really ain't feeling the message. I think a lot of these people are clowns. You know, I think if you gotta present somebody with the opportunity to better themselves and to stop themselves from being an opportunist, looking for every come up, they already kind of a clown to me. You know what I'm saying? This is a clown. But obviously spirit loves this clown. And let me tell you something, as somebody here that loves people because God loves them, I've seen many a clown that God loves. And I'll tell them. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll tell a person, God loves you. You know, they'll be talking to me and they'll converse with me and they'll think it's me loving them. And I'll tell them, God loves you. I don't. It's God making me treat you the way that I'm treating you. It's God making me respond to you the way that I respond to you. I don't give no fucks about you. And when I end up having to show people that, they think that that's how I always be. No, the only reason I was kind to you and loving you and respectful towards you and patient with you is because I'm a extension of God. I'm trying to show you the essence of God. But me personally, I don't give a fuck about you. Okay? But the God in me wants to show you the real love that God has for you. What you do with that, what you do with that is between you and God. Because it wasn't me that came in respecting you. I wanted to see if you will respect the God-like love. And a lot of people do not like God. At the end of the day, it ain't me that you don't like. It's the God in me that you don't like. It's the love of God that you don't like. It's the patience that God has that you don't like. It's the submission that I can give you that you don't like because you're comfortable dancing with people that treat you less than God. Now, you fuck over God because the God in me, then I come out. And I love when God allows me to come out. I love when God says, okay, you didn't want the love of God. Let me give you Maisha for real. And then Maisha comes out and everybody acts surprised. Well, I'm only doing what God told me to do because I'm surrendered and submitted to God. But you don't want God. You want me. Now I'm an imperfect human. I'm an imperfect being who serves a perfect God. But you don't want God. So you get me. Now let me show you me. And when that person comes out, oh my God, but they don't want God. You want me. Oh, you don't want me, huh? Then you really want God, right? After I treat you, Maisha, how Maisha treats you, then you figure out, oh, yes, it is. I want God. I want God. It's God you want. It ain't me. Because I don't give a fuck about you. But it's the God that loves you. It's the God that's being patient towards you. It's the God that has unconditional love that tries to understand and lift you up. It's the God. But you don't want that until you don't have it. And then when you don't have it, you realize, yeah, I need God. And that's how I do. That's how I operate, right? That's how I get people to see what God is really about, right? And then they end up yearning for God, right? Once I snatch that away and I remove myself, they yearn for it because it came in human form, because it came in flesh form, and it was real. And when I snatch it away, then they mourn it. Next thing you know, they trying to do the same thing they did to Jesus, bitch. Soon as I snatch it away, they try to do me just like they did. Bitch, they try to hang me on the motherfucking cross, bitch. Bitch, they'll try to hang me on the cross, bitch. As soon as I decide they don't want, bitch, they coming after me. They calling the law the Pharisees. They calling the police, bitch. They calling all kind of kings and motherfucking queens and witnesses to the stand, bitch. And next thing you know, I'm on the motherfucking chopping block. Do you know how many times I've been sacrificing? Do you even know how many times I've had to carry my cross? And then I just resurrect again and go on to my next assignment. People will literally have you hung on a motherfucking cross. Listen, transformation is here. Learning experience is here. You gotta accept your baby. You gotta, okay? Spirit said you gotta accept your baby. Somebody has a baby on the way. Accept the baby, child. Accept the baby. Because I was gonna say you gotta accept yourself. But Spirit said you gotta accept that baby. Okay? You got a baby on the way. You got to accept your baby. Okay, that's your baby, or you're gonna have to accept the baby. Okay, that's for somebody that came out of nowhere. Good God, let's see how God just be telling on you. So somebody could have got the devil pregnant. Ain't that a motherfucking shame? Now you didn't got the devil pregnant. Now you can ready to have a hybrid. Now you can ready to have a fucking hybrid, a fucking karmic baby. And Spirit said you're gonna have to accept that baby. That's fucked up. God dang. You gonna have to, and then let me just, I don't know. You know what be messing me up? They be having these babies by these devil energies, and then they try to raise them righteous. Them babies gonna give y'all hell. Them karmic kids is going to give you hell. And that's what it is. Like y'all be having these babies by these devils, and then you be surprised when that child turn around and give you hell. Bitch, it's a karmic. Bitch, the baby's a karmic. It's gonna go up into a karmic. Okay. And give you hell. And Spirit said you're gonna have to accept it. That's gonna be your karma. Okay, that's what I heard here. I don't know. 55 as I say this, that's talking about change here. But yeah, y'all keep having these karmic children, they're gonna be your karma. Ooh, Spirit. Learning lesson. Okay. You have a divine mission and it popped right over the learning lesson here. Chosen 144, learning lesson. You have a divine mission. Okay. This is the only reason why you're going through this. It's because you're supposed to be in your purpose. Spirit did not put you here to make a bunch of karmic babies. I'm just going to let you know. Spirit did not put you here to impregnate every devil that you attracted to because you have no self-control over your loins. Spirit did not say go and reproduce with these fallen angels. Spirit ain't told you no shit like that. Spirit ain't told you to be no breeder for no fallen angels. Spirit ain't told you no shit like that. Not if you are chosen. Whoever I'm talking to, you chosen. You have a divine mission here. This is why you going through transformation here. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So somebody here is pregnant. Somebody you didn't got this person pregnant. So there you didn't planted a seed. The chosen has planted a seed. Okay. There is a child here. The Spirit is saying you're gonna get a way out here. With the light at the end of the tunnel, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. Okay, because Spirit is going to introduce you to your soul family here. You could be meeting somebody that's a healer that you want to be loyal to here. You could be wanting to get married, and this is causing that baby mama that's pregnant anxiety because they're still stuck in the matrix while you focused on building generational wealth, recalling your power back because it's divine timing. You could have a new idea that you want to get married here, all right, and focus on your spiritual gifts and tap into your higher consciousness. And that's the only way you're going to become this self-made millionaire or man. Like, but you got to go through the process. Literally, look at that. Before you get to the made man, okay, you got to go through all of this. You got to come out of the darkness. You got to be loyal. You got to find your wife that's a healer. Okay. You got to deal with the devil that you got pregnant that's still stuck in the matrix. Okay. You got to focus on generational wealth, recalling your power because it's divine timing. You got a lot of work to do. Wherever you are, you got a lot of work to do. And it first starts with understanding that you need to accept yourself and you need to love yourself. And if you did love yourself, respect yourself, you would have never put yourself in a predicament to have a baby by a karmic. okay, or karmics, okay? But yeah, so you need to accept the child, okay? And anything else here? Yeah, that seed that you planted in that devil, you need to accept it. Then you need to learn how to love yourself here, okay? Mm. Your throne awaits you here. Yeah, look at this lost girl. She didn't want that baby. She wanted somebody else's throne. See, y'all be out here sleeping with women who want your throne, who want the person that's supposed to be on that throne. And they be psyching y'all head up. And the whole time, this is what they want. A lost girl who wanted a throne to sit on, and you gave it to her. You gave her the throne to sit on, and you made and procreated with this energy here. You've given somebody a false seat at a table that they had no business at. Look, teaming up. Now you have made a baby, okay, and connected another root, okay, to the family tree. But you did this with a lost girl. And this is how family trees are built, full of lost and karmic people. When you get men who impregnate lost girl energies and give them a seat at the family tree. And that's what you've done. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You still got a way out. All right. Like I said, this replay will be available to members here. Yeah, look, you've allowed somebody that's stuck in the matrix to become a part of your team. You got a problem. And I don't know how you're going to navigate this. Okay. But whoever that you impregnated or whoever you got pregnant by, they're in the matrix. And now they're a part of your team. They could be doing root work on you. Okay. Or they're rooted and connected to you. Now they're connected to the roots. I'm telling you, a lost girl looking for a way out, seeking help, a troubled teen. This could be a young girl that you got pregnant here. Yeah, who wants to be a god or a goddess but don't want to put the work in here. Yeah, you done got some young girl pregnant that's lost and you done gave them a seat, a motherfucking throne. Get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. You done gave them a position of power in your root, in your ancestral legacy by getting somebody pregnant. You got some shit you gotta figure out. Somebody got some shit you gotta figure. You done gave a lost girl who was looking for help a way out, a seat and at your ancestors' table, who's stuck in the matrix. That means this person is going to be doing things over and over and over. Loop. And they got a seat at your table. 5-5, that's ancestral legacy. Something needs to change here. You could be 55, okay, or this could have happened at the age of 55. Take it as it resonates, but you have a problem on your hands. Whoever I'm talking to this morning, you got a problem on your hands. You at a crossroads. And this is between death and life and death. Because what you've done is you've compromised the ancestors. And I can't go in too far on this because I got to go. My day needs to start. But I can definitely see somebody here. You at a crossroads of life and death because you done gave somebody that's stuck in the matrix in a loop a seat at your ancestors' table. And you done gave them a high power throne seat too. Like you gave them some power here. Okay? And you're gonna have a problem. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, you better change it. It popped right over here on transformation. If you think your ancestors is about to condone you giving a seat to this person at their table, it better change and it better change quick. I'm telling you here, you're supposed to break this curse, not continue to curse. Somebody got into a connection with a karmic twin flame, look, and broke the ancestor's heart, bitch. Yeah, you're gonna be forced through a dark night of the soul. That's why you can't sleep. That's why your mind's fucked with you. I'm telling you, you can gave a hand to somebody access to generational wealth that's lost a young girl. What the fuck is wrong with you clowns? These clowns. Even though you chosen, you a clown. Y'all don't even think about your ancestors, man. Your lineage. Why would you want to put an immature, hole hopping, looking for a throne ass feminine to your generational wealth and think your ancestors would sign on to that? You crazy. You crazy. This person is stuck in the matrix. This is an agent from the matrix, and something needs to change. Okay? You've impregnated an agent from the matrix that's here to keep you stuck, repeating cycles. And spirit is giving you an opportunity to change something. You chose this over this, my God. And this is what this person wanted. This person wants this seat, this goddess seat. She wants to be chosen. But this came up in reverse. Whoever you got pregnant, that's what she wanted. And you gave it to her. And now you're in regret. And you better figure some shit out. You got the key to make the decision. You got a soulmate. That was your come up. That was your spiritual awakening, sir. Ma'am. To alchemize, to heal, to be loyal to the diamond in the rough, the one that you thought wasn't good enough. You were supposed to be able to cut through the bullshit and see the truth about this devil, and you didn't. And so therefore, Spirit is giving you a miracle. Spirit is giving you a miracle. You get a choice. Today's your choice. Make or break. Boss up or stay the same. Life or death. I'm telling you. Choose wisely. I'm out of here, you guys. Listen, y'all be gambling and y'all be losing. And that's unfortunate. Book the reading, child. If you know you've been dancing with the devil, you may need to book a reading, child, because you at a crossroads. And I keep hearing, meet me at the crossroads, crossroads. This is life and death. This ain't no regular, degular, smuggler situation that you done landed yourself in. This is life or death. And it's life or death because you gave a position to a woman or a man who only wanted a seat at your ancestors' table. And you didn't consult with your ancestors. You didn't consult with a higher power. Why? Because you probably don't have one. You probably don't have one. You don't answer to nothing. And you've compromised your ancestors. Choose this day. And good luck, baby. Good luck out there, y'all. That's all I can say. That's all I can say is good luck. 55, the ancestors. The 55, my number 5 is ancestors. This number keeps, this ancestors is right here in this conversation with me. They like, we're going to back you up. They going to like, we right here. Because 55, 5 is my ancestor number. Ancestors in here like, yep, show you right. Okay. Somebody here, y'all better start making, especially men, you better start thinking about your ancestors before you start making some of these decisions y'all making, procreating with these women. Okay. Because y'all tainting your bloodline. And see, I know y'all just now getting hip to me. But last year, I told y'all, when I started doing these readings, I told you your ancestors was purifying the bloodline. Now, I ain't going to hold you to it because y'all didn't know me last year. But last year, when I started doing readings, I said the ancestors are purifying the bloodline. So when you get a choice, I hope you choose what's in the bloodline. Now, I was privy to the information, and I know I'm new here. Maybe I'll do a talk on that. Maybe I need to revisit some of my old readings, my old conversations, and put them back on here on YouTube to help you guys, because it doesn't serve you any good to not have access to information that I've told you previously. But yes, last year I did an ancestral reading, and the ancestors was talking about purifying the bloodline. They was trying to purify the bloodline. They was trying to eliminate karmics in their bloodline. All right. And y'all was supposed to be hip to this. And so it doesn't surprise me, knowing that the ancestors is trying to purify the bloodline, that the enemy would send you guys moles to taint the bloodline, because the enemy is always going to try to go against the ancestors. Right. So now you have a choice, right? The enemy is going to send you a choice and your ancestors is going to send you a choice. But because a lot of men are ignorant, not mine's, y'all's, because a lot of men are ignorant, they choose wrong. Okay. And that's why it's important for us as women to make sure we analyze the men that lead us. Okay. Because we cannot allow ourselves to be compromised by masculines who do not respect the lineage and the bloodline. And so when you're dating out here, divine feminines, make sure that you are coming up under the leadership of men who will not compromise the legacy of the ancestors for their own pleasure. Like They could have the pleasure, but they're not going to compromise the ancestors because of it. Okay. And so once you find a man like that, baby, you hold on to that one. Okay. The rest of them, they become liabilities, child. But you make sure that you find at least one man that you know will refuse to compromise the legacy of the ancestors. You need at least one on your team. And I promise you, if you find one man that won't compromise for the ancestors, he will have your back through thick and thin. You understand me? He will make sure anything coming towards you is blocked, stopped, dropped, and rolled. You understand what I'm saying to you? Trust me when I say this. If you find that man, he's gonna have your back. And it don't have to be your husband, it don't have to be your man, your boyfriend, just a part of your soul tribe. Find your soul tribe, you guys, because the ancestors are not playing with us. I'm just letting you know. You think the government, the ancestors ain't playing with us. So whoever this message is for, y'all should be booking a reading because you're at a crossroads and this is life or death. And today I hope that you choose life. I'm out. I gotta go. Have a beautiful day. Call your energy back, you guys, and I'll see you this evening at 7 o'clock because I'm only going to be doing readings on this channel from now on. Okay, I got so many things coming up that I have to start delegating certain channels for stuff. So this will be the only channel that I will be doing energy readings for from now on. Okay, I will not be on, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Instagram, and I will not be on TikTok doing readings. I will only be doing readings on YouTube. My other channels are for my other businesses. Okay, so I'll see you guys back here at 7 p.m. So we'll read the energy for the evening today. I don't mean no disrespect, but like I'm just tired of reading energies about men who do not have any self-control. It's just like it's over. It's redundant. I think it's getting tiring. I think I think it's really embarrassing, especially since we are coming up against other countries, especially since now is the time to be the best representation for the ancestors. I really think to sit around these men and they still clowning, not taking anything serious when it comes to rebuilding their culture and their communities and their women and their children, I think it's really embarrassing. And me personally, I don't want to have nothing to do with none of them. You know what I'm saying? I hope they stay far away from me, because I think as a race, as a culture, and as a people, when we don't hold ourselves to a standard, we really have no reason to even compete or attempt to comment on any other country. These men, they represent their country and their culture as well. And I think until our men decide that our ancestors deserve to be respected and represented well, then they clowns. As long as we looking at other races of men and women who go out here and represent their culture, their traditions, their ancestors with respect and the standard, and we're the only ones still operating out of ignorance, I personally don't want nothing to do with anybody that is out here displaying themselves in a lower vibrational mode, because we need to be operating as a nation. We need to be moving like the ancestors moved. Then and only then will we receive the respect as a people that we deserve. And so if you are about that life, if you are about that, then you are a part of the soul tribe. And that's what we're moving to. My community is already on that. Shout out to my chiefs. I continuously keep giving my community their props. Okay. Even though they don't like me because I'm mixed. Okay. I don't fit in nowhere. You know what I'm saying? The, the, the FBAs don't like me for real. The fucking uh American Indian community don't really like me for real because I'm mixed, you know what I'm saying? I got it all in me, and I fuck with all my communities, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my chiefs, shout out to my soul family, shout out to my gingers, okay, my ginger people. Like I'm all connected with my soul family. You guys get connected with your soul family, find your tribe, find your ancestors, raise the standard, raise the bar, and live well and represent well. I think the ignorance part should be over. I think we should be representing, our ancestors. We look too motherfucking good out here to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors has given us the fountain of youth, and we just out here misusing it. The devil's a lie. Okay. I want to represent my ancestors in the best way possible. I want to show up as the nation that I am. Okay, because I am a nation, a sovereign nation, and I think we should be moving like that. I think that we should be moving as a sovereign nation, as a nation of people, not as citizens, but as a nation of sovereign beings on one sound, one accord, and let the ignorance go. That's what the message was about today. I hope you received it. I'm out. Enjoy your day and go out and love someone today. Hug someone today, even if it's just yourself. Now, remember, I don't get paid to do this, so donations are important, you guys. If you'd like to support me in any kind of way, there's a link down below. My Cash App is in the description bar. Show up and show out. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.